Welcome everyone to another iConnect University. My name is Cameron Evans. I am the marketing manager here. And today we have a really good one for you all. Since we have a lot of newcomers to the team, which is great, and newcomers to iConnect, I wanted to go back to some basics, and then I may get into like social media strategy in order to attract some more of your ideal clients into your ecosystem, if you will. But first and foremost, I wanted to get into iConnect. And I want to actually get right into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over just like this. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. And so what I'm going to do is, open up my iConnect app. And you all can feel free to follow along because I do want this to be a very, educational and engaging webinar. And so as you can see, my iConnect agent profile is completely set up, right? And what I mean by this is I have my photo, I obviously have my name, the 3 service areas that I service. I have my, obviously I'm online, and then I have my about me along with my video, and then also the services that I provide, right? So there's a list of services in here that I provide. So I like to call this basically I have my entire iConnect profile set up. And the reason why I want to have this set up, it's the same reason why I want to have my photo and my bio and links on my Instagram or my Facebook or any sort of social media. Is just because I don't know who coined this phrase. I don't know if it was Andrew or I just started saying it one day. I basically want to have a great digital first impression, right? And what that means is when we are out being real estate agents, we're at networking events, we're at family gatherings, we're anywhere, and maybe we're being talked about by one of our friends or family or past clients that we have done business with, and they're saying how amazing we are as real estate agents, and you need to get in contact with this person. No matter where an individual first finds you as a real estate agent, they are going to look you up. And they are going to look up, okay, let me check out Angelica, let me check out Deborah, let me check out Cameron, and let's see, let me see who I'm about to talk to, who I'm about to conversate with, especially if you are being referred out from your past clients that you've done business with. And so I always like to say, have a great digital first impression. So when they find you online, it's an amazing about me. It's like your bio is set up if it's on social media. You have your videos, like your Why Me video on any sort of social media platform or a piece of technology that you're on. And it's basically a great introduction to you virtually before actually meeting this person. So it gives them confidence to actually now reach out to you and be like, oh, wow, he does have his stuff together. I love this video that he has on his page. I'm going to go ahead and continue, reaching out to him. And so when it comes to iConnect, obviously everyone on here is with the Warburton team, and anytime that they transfer appointments over to the real estate agents, you want to make sure that you send them, or when they look at your iConnect profile, you want to make sure that you have a really great digital first impression because this is exactly what they're looking at. And so I want to go through just setting this up with you all. And it's super, super simple. So as soon as you open the app, you want to make sure that you're on the agent profile tab right here. So make sure that you're on there. So sometimes you're going to be in chat, sometimes you're going to be in notifications, sometimes you're going to be on your map. Make sure you head over to your agent profile.
So I just downloaded it. It's asking me for my information. It says, do I have an organization code or a referral code?
Oh, interesting. I wonder, interesting. So let me get that for you afterwards because we do have an org code for you. And to be honest, you should have already been in there. But yeah, Angelica, afterwards, this is actually a recording too. And so
Yes.
I could send this recording to you afterwards so you can like follow along afterwards. But after this, let me get with Jenny to make sure that your iConnect account was set up properly.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so, we'll send this recording to you afterwards so you can follow along. But so once you're in your agent profile, you go to edit profile, right? And this brings up basically all of your settings, your first name, last name, email address, phone number, if you want to change that, any of that stuff you can. Now your Why Me video, that video that popped up on your agent profile, right? So first and foremost, all the Warburton team, if you are, if you're taking leads from us, most likely you have a premier level account. And so what that means is you get access to 3 service areas instead of 1. And then at the same time, you get access to inputting your video in here, right? And so where I usually go to get this video is YouTube. So I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm just going to open up my YouTube. And then I'm just going to do this with a random video just because for sake of time. So actually, let's do this. Let's go to the Warburton team. And then let's go here and let's go to videos. And so there's a video of me right here. And so if you go into YouTube on your phone and you click on any video, right?
Okay.
You're going to see this share button right here. And once you tap that share button, you're going to go ahead and see this copy link right here. You're going to copy that link, and then you are going to paste that right there, right, in your Why Me video. So that's first and foremost in order to bring your, in order to add a video to your page. If you haven't done a video, maybe we can get into creating a video in later episodes, but once you've done a video, a Why Me video, this Why Me video, it's basically, hey, this is who I am as a real estate agent, right? So my name is Cameron Evans, and one of the things that I absolutely love doing for my clients is saving them money. I've saved my past 12 clients a combined total of over 6 figures in savings for my clients, and that's one thing that I take pride of. There's 3 things that separates me as a real estate agent. Number 1, exactly what I just told you. I love saving money for my clients. So that's my number 1 goal. Number 2, I am an agent on demand. I have technology that allows you to get a hold of me whenever you need to get a hold of me in order to go see a property or you just need questions answered. And number 3, I highly pride myself in taking care of you as a customer. And what that means is I provide a white glove service. Whether I'm listing your home or buying your home, I go above and beyond to make sure that you're taken care of. And I know when you come to me and you have the goal of selling your home or buying another one or both, we're going to get that done. And so choose me as your real estate agent, Cameron Evans. And so basically that's what your script would sound like as a real estate agent, right? And so take that video, put it onto YouTube. Once you put it on YouTube, take that link and then put it right here. You just copy and paste it right there. And so next, your property search website. And so iConnect, this is one of the cool things about iConnect. We are basically the technology that is out there for consumers right now. So the technology that homes.com, realtor.com, and all the other portals that are providing to these consumers, what we're trying to do is be able to give that technology to real estate agents to provide the same efficiencies and provide the same service to the consumers, just like the tech companies do. And so one of the things obviously is searching for property, right? And so when a consumer goes onto your profile, and I wish I had another phone to show you what it looks like from the consumer side, but on the consumer side, when you're their real estate agent in iConnect, they have a big button on their home screen and it says search for property. When they tap search for property, your branded website pops up and they go in there, they search for property, and literally you are at the bottom of the screen all the time while they're searching for property. And they can send the link of whatever property that they want to go see to you. They can go back into the iConnect app and schedule a property tour with the property that they were looking at with you. It's actually really, really cool. And in order to enable that feature for your customers, you want to make sure that you go into, again, so we're still in your edit profile, your property search website link. So that link, we're just going to go to Safari, and whatever your website is, we want to grab that link. And so let's just, again, for sake of example, let's go wpnow.com. And so this is the Warburton Team's website, as long as it pops up. And so this is ours. So if this was me, right, if I was Andrew Warburton, this would be my website that I would take. And so all we do is grab that URL, and then we're going to copy that, right? Same thing as the YouTube. Then we're going to go back to our profile, and then we're just going to paste that link right there. right?
Is
Under your property search
is
website. Yeah.
this like this would be for us, it would be the website on Lofty, right?
Yes, yes. So your
And
branded
then
website. Yes.
And then so what happens is people go directly to the website, or you're accessing the page that has the actual IDX. Is the IDX coming from is it coming from our association of realtors, or is it something more complete that includes like Zillow searches or so forth?
No, so Zillow, so all those portals are pulling from the MLS. And so your IDX is doing the same thing. It's pulling from the MLS. And
Okay.
so yeah, so if you have Lofty or you are with our team, you have I believe with Lofty, yours would be the Angelica, it's Angelica at gowpnow.com. I think that's what it is. I would have to confirm with Jenny just to make sure what your actual domain is for the Lofty once you set that up. But yes, that website that you get from Lofty that people are able to go on and search and it's branded with you, take that link, the URL to that website, and then just put it right here
Yeah.
in
Can
your
we
property
change,
website.
can we redirect that to my, like I have my own domain, can I redirect that to it?
Yeah,
Okay.
those are, yeah. We can definitely do that. Okay, so we just added our video, right? So anytime somebody comes across us, they can tap on that video, just watch here's a quick introduction of who Cameron Evans is as a real estate agent. We have the property website that they can go in there and search for property on. Next is your bio. Now, if you all are like me, I am not good at copywriting, right? I'm not good at writing at all, right? I journal in my spare time, but it's not for the sake of, improving my grammar or improving my writing skills. It's just for the sake of just dumping my ideas into a notebook. And so, but what I like to do is leverage ChatGPT for my bios, right? And so I'm not going to get into like, oh, the prompts and all that good stuff. Just, to be honest, you can go online onto YouTube and look up how to basically, you can actually go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, I'm trying to create a short bio and I don't know where to start. And it'll literally walk you through the steps of creating a short bio. But here's what I can say for your bio. One, make sure you always have your DRE number in it. Anywhere that you are online, make sure that your DRE number is there. So even offline too. So any flyers that you have, any sort of business cards that you create, digital cards you create, your Instagram bios, always make sure that your DRE number is in there because we want to make sure that we're staying compliant. And then two, I always add like some sort of business credibility. And then I always like to add my personality into it as well because I'm a human being and there's no other Cameron Evans out there. So I want to add my personal touch to it. And so as you can see, for me, it says real estate agent, craft beer enthusiast, and proud parent. Leading the way at the Warburton Team, the #9 real estate team in California, always ready to help you find your place in the world. DRE number, blah, 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 right? And so that's just an example. It gives a real quick intro. So this is like a condensed version of my video. It's just my bio, right? In writing form. And so we could do another video, like I said, another day about like creating a bio through ChatGPT based on your interest, but that's like the quickest way for me to create a bio for myself. I like to keep it short too. So notice that this is 1, 2, 3 sentences. And so I like to keep it real brief, real short. Lastly is your locations, right? And so when you're on the Warburton team, obviously you want to make sure that you are choosing the locations that you actually want to go service property on. I know when I first started as a real estate agent, I created my Facebook page and there was two things that I did on there. I said I was open 24/7. And then at the same time, I said that I did business all over Southern California, right? So that means if somebody called me in, Pasadena or, wherever it is, like Northern LA area, like Hollywood or Santa Monica, like, which is basically 2 hours with traffic away from me, that means I have to now go out there and show some property. And so I do want to say, for the sake of our ICA team or our ISA team, so Jenny, our ISA manager, when they are distributing appointments out to the real estate agents, you want to make sure that you're in the areas that they are distributing appointments out to, and then you also want to make sure that you're in constant communication with them, letting them know, hey, look, I want to service area, whatever your service areas are, right? And so in here, I have Redlands, Temecula, and Adelanto, right? And so now when the ISAs go into iConnect and they start scheduling appointments and they do Inland Empire, I believe it's Inland Empire North or Inland Empire East or something like that. Redlands is in that Inland Empire East. And so now I'm going to get a notification when there's a Redlands lead that comes through, right? And so always just make sure that you put in the areas that you service and that you're willing to go out and show property with. And so once you've done all that, once you have added your video, added your website, added your bio, and then also your locations, you're going to hit done. And there's going to be a simple save button at the bottom. You simply tap save, right? And then you're going to get a notification, profile updated successfully, and click OK, right? I'm sorry too. So when we go back to edit profile, so to change your image, it's right here at the top. You're going to see a little camera icon. And as soon as you tap that, like it's just going to bring up your photos. And in your photos, you obviously choose your headshot, whatever your headshot is, and just make sure that you have your headshot downloaded on your phone. And then you choose that, and then you center it, and then there's your headshot. And so again, hit save, and then you go right back. And then there's one last step. There's one more step to finishing your entire profile. And that is going back to your agent profile, and then you click My Services. Now in here, select any service that you provide, right? If you're really good at 1031 exchanges, choose 1031 exchange. If you're really good at relocation services, choose relocation services, and so on and so on. And so go in here, you can choose all of them if you want. Whatever you specialize in, whatever you're really good at, make sure you choose those services. And then at the bottom, you click done, right? And again, service attached successfully, right? And so now your profile is all set up and you are ready to go. So now, again, the whole goal of this is when buyers see your profile anywhere, you want to make sure you have your beautiful headshot up there, a little bio about you, a video about you, and anything to give the buyer confidence and build trust with that buyer, right? Or seller, right? It doesn't matter. Anytime they find you, because that's all they're looking for, right? And so I really want to stress this, and I'm sorry to like put my marketing hat on, but like anytime somebody gets into any sort of transaction, whether it's big or small, and what I've learned is the bigger the transaction, which buying a home and selling a home is probably one of the biggest transactions that the average, American or even person just worldwide where there's real estate, the average, it's the biggest transaction that they're going to go through in their lifetime. I'm selling my biggest asset. This for most people, right? There is a lot of stuff that goes on with this transaction. And I want to make sure that I make the best decisions for my family, for myself, right? I work super hard and for the money that I make for my family, and I want to make sure that I do everything to protect my family. I want to make sure that my family's good. And so when it comes to selling my home and netting the proceeds from my sale and making sure that $300,000 of equity that I have in my home to then reinvest into a new home or do whatever with, I want to make sure that I'm hiring an individual who I have confidence in and they can get this done for me. And so every single, in the marketing world, we call it touch points, right? A touch point is just everywhere that I'm touching my client, right? And so meaning when they engage with one of my flyers, if they like one of my videos online, right? If I email them, all those are touch points, right? And so every single touch point that I have with this buyer that they experience with me, I want to make sure that it's giving them more and more confidence and it's building more and more trust with them to use me as their real estate agent. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do, right? We're just trying to develop trust with them enough for them to feel confident enough to be like, you know what? This agent is really, really good at what he or she does. And I feel very confident in using this individual for the sale of my home or to buy another home, right? And so just want to throw that out there for everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions from anybody? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? If we have no questions, I think I am going to save my marketing stuff for another day. I'm just looking at anything like on my social media that I can share with you all, like a quick tip or anything of that nature. Actually, I can share a quick tip with you all. I'll try to make it really, really fast. Um, so does anybody on here go on social media at all? Anybody go on Instagram? Anybody go on Facebook? Right? And so if you're going on it, most likely your consumers are going on it, right? And so I think Facebook's at a couple billion users, and Instagram is the same thing. TikTok is the same thing. YouTube is the same thing. There's probably like billions of hours of videos watched every single day just on YouTube, right? So we all go on these channels. I want to talk about real quick. And again, if anybody has any questions to the setting up your profile, just you could either put in their chat or just raise your hand. Just tell me, Cameron, you're going too fast and I need this question answered, whatever it may be. But when it comes to Instagram, there's one major piece that a lot of people miss out on. I've spoken about this before, but I think it's worth speaking about again, right? A lot of people think that, oh, in order to start attracting my consumers on social media, I have to post and post and post and post and post and post and post, right? And so, yes, that is the case. You have to post and you have to figure out what your audience engages with the most as a real estate agent, right? And so I was having a conversation with a real estate agent the other day, and me and him were talking about this, and he was like, how do I figure this out? Like, how do I figure out how to get engagement? How do I grow my channel, especially with my consumers, especially for buyers? How do I get their attention? And I was like, well, I'm going to tell you what every single person that is, developing a social presence online, every single one of them went through. It's a trial and error game. It's a quantity to quality game. And what I mean by that is you're going to post and post and post to figure out which posts get the best engagement, and that organic engagement then tells you, okay, I should post more of that content. And so, for example, if you have, if you're posting content about yourself, like, hey, this is Cameron, and I'm going to be talking about whatever it is. I'm going to be talking about how to do a 1031 exchange today. I'm going to be talking about how to logistically, the most efficient way to buy your new home, to like transfer all of your goods and boxes and all of everything in your house. I'm going to talk about the most efficient way to go from this property to this property. And so, and then you actually talk about that. So if that's one of the things that you talk about and you're posting, and you notice you're getting like 200 views, 150 views, one like here, one like there, and you notice one post gets like 800, 1,000, and it got like 10 more likes than it usually does. Now you know organically this piece of content is doing very well, and I'm gonna post more content around this topic. And so now you solidify that as a content pillar. Now I know I'm like talking like very high level. We're going to get into more detail about that later, but I want to show you all something that has been helping us a lot, like when it comes to engagement and not only that, but finding our target audience online. And it's the piece that a lot of people forget about on social media, and that is called engagement, right? So if you want engagement, give engagement out, right? And I always preface it, let me preface it by saying this. When you all go to a party, do you all just sit on the wall and expect everyone to just come up to you and just talk to you and like as if you're the life of the party, as if like you're like the king or queen of the party, and you're walking down those stairs and everybody's looking at you like, oh my gosh, Angelica's there, she's sitting on the wall, let me go talk to her. Unfortunately, all of us are not as popular as Angelica. And so if you want to be popular online, if you want to start attracting buyers, sellers, investors, whoever's trying to buy any sort of piece of real estate, you have to go out and engage with them. Now, luckily on social media, I always think social media is like networking on steroids, because I not only can find who I'm trying to engage with, but I can also engage with them as much as possible. And so I just want to show you all of that really, really quick. So on Instagram, no matter who your demographic is, right? So whether it's buyers or sellers, every single one of these individuals are people and they all have interests, right? And so for us as real estate agents, so obviously the Warburton team, our demographic is real estate agents. And so I go in there, and one thing that I know, I figured this out early in my marketing career, that when people post, they hashtag stuff, right? And they also put wording in their captions. And so in order to find somebody, I think about what are they hashtagging. And so if I wanted to find real estate agents in Southern California, I question myself, do real estate agents like hashtag like Southern California real estate agent? Do they hashtag SoCal real estate agent? And that's where I just go into Instagram. And so this is the homepage at Instagram, right? And you could do this literally on any platform. LinkedIn, YouTube, Face, it works on every single one of them, right? There's a search bar in every single one of them. So I go to home and I'm gonna tap on this search bar and I'm gonna come up here and then I'm gonna do SoCal agent. Let's see what pops up for that. SoCal real estate agent. And what a coincidence, all of these most likely are, so I don't know her name, but Realtor One. So that's a real estate agent. Kindly Johnson, this is most likely a real estate agent. Compass, DRE number, yep, real estate agent. San Diego, primetime real estate agent. Another real estate agent, Miriam First, realtor. So you see how easy it is to find these individuals who I want to interact with, right? And so now that's the finding part. The engagement part, before I go into this, I really want to stress this. Please, please, everyone, please listen. Do not go in here and spam people. Again, treat it like real life. You wouldn't go into a party and you didn't know anyone, and the first thing that you say when you walk up to somebody is like, do you need help buying or selling a home? You wouldn't do that. You would look silly and they'd probably laugh and probably just walk away, right? And so you go up and what do you do in real life? You may see their shoes and be like, oh, those are some nice shoes. Where do you get those? And then that's where you start the relationship. You start talking back and forth. They shop at the same place you shop. They start talking about family. You start talking about your family. And then they get into, one day their uncle is looking to buy a home. And you're like, oh, interesting. I'm a real estate. That's how that relationship starts, right? You don't just go up to random people that you don't know and be like, hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you ever need help, you can go ahead and call me. That's how you get right now business. And so like, this is under the umbrella of brand. And sorry if I'm jumping around a lot because there is a lot to talk about when it comes to this stuff. I'll try to like simplify it as much as possible. What we're talking about right here is brand. Brand, yes, it is effective, but it takes reps every single day of posting and engaging in order to develop that brand. Like just like popularity. Think about like your own personal brand. It's how popular are you? How many people in this area for specifically for real estate, how many of them know you, right? And so that's branding. That takes relationship. You can't speed up a relationship, right? I can't go out to a bar and just ask women, hey, let's get married right now, right? I can't speed up the how we develop that relationship. There's time that it takes in order for us to develop this relationship because we're trying to fill each other out. We're trying to get rid of all the awkward moments. We're trying to, just figure out how each other are as human beings and see if we have an affinity toward each other. So you could do that online, socially as well. And so remember, it's called social media. And so what I would do with these individuals, so since I am on the Warburton Team account, what I like to do is I like to just go into their profile and I like to get to know them, right? And so I just look at some of their homes. So look, she just sold something. Watch. Like, oh, and she disabled commenting. And so, but what I would do is I would come in here and like and comment on some of her photos, right? Just sold, great job, right? And so let's do another one. So this lady, I don't even know. So she's in LA, chats with my daughter. Let's see, and see Dad Talk number one. And see, she posts like lots of actually interesting stuff. And see, I actually go in here and actually like read it, right? And so can you guess how much we paid for our house? So she's asking her daughter how much she paid for her house. Love these videos. She knows her stuff already. So I'm going to come in here and see, this is what I would actually say. Second gen realtor in the making, right? Something funny. Second gen realtor in the making, right? That's all I'm doing. I'm just conversating with people every day. I'm telling you all, we've been doing this for 4 weeks now. And what a coincidence that we've added 50 to 60 new real estate agent followers to our Instagram account. We've been doing it for four weeks. And we do this every day, Monday through Friday, and we do like 10 to 15 of these a day.
So you suggest that we follow like agents or I mean, or look up for agents or look up for just random people or what?
Yes. So then the question becomes, it's like obviously for real estate agents are bragging about themselves online all the time, so they're a lot
Yeah.
easier to find. So if you're trying to do business with buyers and sellers in your area, what are buyers and sellers in your area interested in? Well, let's like think inward, not to get too philosophical, but it's like, what are you interested in? Are you interested in drinking? Are you interested in wine? Are you interested in watches? Are you interested in horses? Are you interested? What are you interested in? And that's where people are going to be, right? And so if you want to get strategic about it, maybe like where are people, what are some interests that people are interested in that have money to buy and sell homes?
Mhm.
Exotic cars,
Mhm.
watches, jewelry, um,
Horses.
horses,
Mhm.
right? These individuals have money. So what I would do is I would come in here and do horse stables. So I know zero, I know zero about horses, right? But if I was into horses, this is what I would be doing all day. I would go in here and I would look up some of these accounts, right? And so horse stables. So these are horse stables in my area. Design horse stables. So this is an actual business that designs horse stables. That would be an individual that I want to get in contact with because it seems like they're doing pretty good business. They design very good horse stables. And so knowing the owner of this business, maybe the owner of this business is looking to buy a home, right? So I come in here and I would like that. And I'd be like, oh, wow, look how clean and organized that is, right? Boom. Oh, wow. This is, again, like I don't know about horse stables, but somebody who knows about horses would go in here and comment genuinely about those horse stables. And I'm just like going through all these accounts. Horse Tails Ranch, right? And so look, they got some letter from, I don't know, we're extremely grateful for the understanding of love of our borders uh, have shown during these difficult times, right? And I don't know who this guy is, but again, I would like his photo, say that's a beautiful horse. Again, I don't know the different types of horses, but I would go in there and say, hey, this is a beautiful, that type of horse. Amazing. If you really want engagement, I would ask them questions, right? And so, and you see, I'm just like going through each one of these accounts and I'm just like asking them questions and engaging with their content genuinely, right? Trying to build relationships with all of these individuals. And so, yeah.
So
And
you
so,
follow, you go, you look for them, you look at their profiles, you look at the pictures or the videos, whatever, click on
mhm.
them, make comments, but you have to follow them, right?
No, I don't follow anybody. I just go in there and I like a couple of their photos or videos and then I comment on one of them. And what happens is when I do that, usually I show up in their notifications on their
Mm,
Instagram.
mm.
And so all I'm doing is just getting their attention. That's it. And now they're like, oh, who's this person? And now if they go to my account and they see that I'm a real estate agent, but again, my interests are on my account as well. I may be doing a video, if I'm really into horses, I may be at a horse stable and recording myself taking horse riding classes. I don't know what it actually is called, equestrian classes, if you will. And so they may see that on my account and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to follow this person. They're always posting something about horses. I'm going to follow them too. And again, it's like developing a relationship. Yeah, I learned this very early on in my career. And so now, and then it gets to a point, it's so interesting. And this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say about this, just because we're getting a little bit over on time. It's already 12:40, but there's an agent in this office who recently signed up for our brokerage. And the way she found us was on Instagram. She followed us on Instagram and she DM'd us. I didn't reach out to her. She seen our posts. And matter of fact, she liked a couple of our posts. And then a week later, I got a DM from her saying, I've been considering moving brokerages. Are you guys hiring agents right now? And now she's here. And that's what happens. That's why brand is so powerful, is because socially, literally, I can literally sit on here and I mean, you guys seen it. I just went through 3 or 4 different accounts in the span of a couple seconds. And so that's why I say like real estate, social media is literally like networking on steroids. Before I actually started being a marketing manager here at the Warburton team, I actually was growing my LinkedIn account. I was interviewing um, top CEOs and team leaders in the real estate industry, and I created a podcast out of it called Real Growth, right? I still have it if anybody wants to go on YouTube and look at it. But The point is, I was posting a lot on my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn, I had about like 350 or like 400 followers on my LinkedIn. In 4 months, I was able to get it to 1,500. And it was literally just doing this. I would go onto LinkedIn every morning. I would post something, right? Something that I learned from one of the guys that I interviewed on my podcast, some valuable content that one of the team leaders spoke about on my podcast. I would piece it up, post it, give my 2 cents on it, and then I would start going in and I started searching for other team leaders. And I would genuinely connect with them and genuinely ask them questions. Hey, I seen that you have 200 agents at your brokerage. How did you do that? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to do this. And I was trying to genuinely create relationships with them. And now it got to a point to where the broker that I was doing business with was in my network. And I have a relationship with the #3 ranked real estate agent in the nation. Him and his son, and this is actually ridiculous, but it's like him and his son clear over 1,700 transactions a year. They specialize in corporate accounts. And now I have a relationship with him just because I was just going on and posting. He's seen one of my posts. He was like, hey, you're 100% correct on this. I commented on one of his posts and we just started developing a relationship. That turned into DMing each other. That turned into phone calls with each other and Zooms with each other and me learning about his business. He was learning about what I was doing. And now at any time I want to, I can get in contact with the #3 real estate agent in the nation. And so it's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like the power of and literally I did it in my living room. Like, to be honest, like I'm just sitting on my phone and getting in contact with whoever I want to get in contact with. And so you can get as creative as you can with this when it comes to getting in contact with home buyers and sellers. Again, home buyers and sellers are, think about it, like they go out and they go to bars and they go to local events and they go to all these different things that come along with the city. They go to the gym, they go to coffee shops, they go to restaurants, they go to all this stuff. So I would look up all of those things in your city and then go tap on the followers and scroll through the followers and just start engaging with every single person in there.
So
And which,
I'm sorry. So
yeah.
you can do that with Instagram. What about TikTok?
So TikTok, I don't have TikTok.
Oh,
I know our content creator has TikTok, but I do know on TikTok there is a search function on there, and you can search for whatever you want on there.
mm.
And so it's the same concept. I would search for, if you're a real estate agent who loves helping the medical field, which is a very interesting niche, that's not the medical field, but the medical field, first responders, firefighters, like that, those niches, police officers, those guys are easy to find online. And so it's super simple as commenting on one of them, whatever it is. I know some of them have canines. Oh, that's a beautiful dog that you have. Like, I'm a dog guy. And so that's something that I would comment on if I seen a person online and I was looking up police officers in San Bernardino police, right, on Instagram or TikTok. And because they're posting whatever they're posting about, and if they're not posting, then they're watching videos. And so whatever they post, and I see their dog on there, I'd be like, oh man, that's a beautiful, I believe they're called Malinois. I don't know how to pronounce that dog name.
I
But
think so. I think that's it.
yeah, the canine dogs that they use. Oh, that's a beautiful dog. How old is she or how old is he? Right? And all I'm doing is just developing a relationship. That's it. And then that turns into them looking at my account. And again, like that relationship starts to build. And you do that enough times on a daily basis, then you start to get those inbound leads. That's like that police officer that's like, hey, I seen that you do real estate. I actually had a question about my mom buying a home. Right. And that's how that works. Right. I don't know how to like I have a very like logical brain, and sometimes it's very hard for me to understand brand, but I do know like the more people that you know, the higher probability of somebody reaching out to you because they see your content all the time, especially if it's valuable content, right? And so like for the horse niche, if you're creating content for business owners of horse stables, right? Or, hey, have you thought of selling your horse stable to, I don't know, to upgrade to more acreage, right? And so like you have content that evolves around their niche and is relevant to them, and they see that on your page. Like imagine somebody who owned a horse stable and they went onto your page after you commented on their page, and they seen that you had a video that said, something like, new property for sale, 2.5 acres, perfect for a horse stable. Imagine if they've seen something like that, right? And so now you have content that's relevant to them. And I know that I'm like talking about this from a high level perspective, and there's a lot of like detail that goes into this, but that's like kind of like the foundation of it. Like that engagement piece, it's so important. Like there's so many, I know a lot of real estate agents that are always asking me, what do I post? What do I post? What do I post? And I'm like, yes, it's about posting, and make sure you're always engaging with your core audience as well.
So
And
that's something like so then that's something that different like when they say post at least 2 or 3 times a week or at a certain time, it's more important than to keep networking, and so do it like every day and whatever time you have, more socializing all the time, networking.
yep, I'm always doing that. In my spare time when I'm here at the office, I'm always on Instagram. And so like when I eat lunch, I'm just scrolling through Instagram and I'm hashtagging SoCal agents, hashtag Southern California agents, hashtag California real estate agents. And I'm just going in there and I'm liking people's posts. Oh, nice listing. That's a great property. That bedroom is amazing. The primary bedroom is amazing. Whatever it is. And so yeah, so I'm just like developing relationships in my spare time virtually without me having to go to actual events. Now, I'm not saying don't go to events, like you do it
Mhm.
on top of that. And this is where now you start compounding, like you start combining marketing strategies to where if you are a social butterfly and you love going to events, when you go to events, ask for everybody's Instagram. Be like, oh man, it was great connecting with you, having this conversation. What's your IG? Or what's your TikTok? I'm
Mhm.
always on there. Oh, thanks. Perfect. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna friend you. Did you see that request? All right, got it. All right, cool. Let's stay
But
connected.
that doesn't mean, so then you go on there, so when somebody gives you their Instagram, don't, and let's say that they have it in private, uh, you have to follow them, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
when you
like
get these Instagrams of these people, you have to follow them.
yes. Yes. So for the people who are private, yeah. So when I'm just like scrolling through it and doing it in my spare time, like the people who have private accounts, like I just skip them because I don't follow them. And
But
so
the people that you know that you meet, like, what's your Instagram? You just go in there and then you follow them.
And I would do it in front of them. So it's very similar to like when you meet somebody at an open house and you want to schedule a time to go show them property. Like I would never like this is just something that I learned from Andrew. I never leave, and this is like getting into another topic, so I'll try to like briefly explain this. Um, I never want to leave the sale in their hands, if that makes sense, right? And so I never want to leave by them having to do something. I'm always in control of the sale. And so it's the same thing with my Instagram. If I'm at a networking event and I meet somebody and we, kick it off or whatever it is, I'm like, hey, what's your Instagram? I'm gonna go ahead and follow you right now and say their account is private. I see your account is private. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you right now. And did you get it? All right, cool. Just accept it and then follow me back. And then you see that on their phone. All right, cool. You follow me back. All right, cool. Yeah, let's stay connected. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go get a drink. Whatever.
But you tell them that. So it's not just, oh, okay, I'm gonna follow you. Please follow me back. And then
Hmm.
they connected.
Yeah. And so just stay
And you make
connected.
sure that they follow there in front of your face.
Just like that lead that walks into your open house. Like I don't like even if we had a great conversation, I wouldn't let them just leave and I don't have their information. And so
Yeah.
like yeah, and so like I would get their information. Hey, like I'm gonna go ahead and text you over 3 properties that you said that you were interested in. What's your number? And then they're gonna give you your number, and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna text you. Hold on, Cameron Evans. Da 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 da. Did you get that? All right, cool. Bing. You see the notification on there. All right, cool. Now we're connected. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and send you that link with the 3 properties that you said that you're interested in. And then
How do
what day?
how do you
But
share the iConnect video, like the iConnect app with people
that
in open houses?
that is for another day.
Okay.
You got to stay tuned for that.
I'll be there.
Nice. So next Tuesday we can talk about that again because we talked about that on last Tuesday.
Okay.
But Deborah asked the question, how can I connect with the legal community using hashtags? And so legal community, so this is something that, so very interesting. Deborah, is the legal community like attorneys, notaries, is that like legal community?
Well, I'm a paralegal.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a paralegal.
So
And
it's
so
very,
I prepare estate planning documents for consumers.
okay. And
Hmm.
and so for paralegals, and this is where like I don't understand that world, but I can get to understand that world. So I'm pretty sure there are other attorneys, paralegals out there who are trying to get business because they are businesses. I need clients to work with and to represent. And so one of my marketing strategies as a paralegal is to post content. And so I
Yes.
don't know what paralegals post content about. And so, but whatever that is, that's what I would be hashtagging. And so, so for paralegals, I might do something like California attorneys, attorney in California, law in California, Southern California law, because obviously it's now it's territorial, right? Because you're not going to do business with somebody in Nevada unless you're licensed in Nevada.
Right.
And so your goal would be to find attorneys, paralegals, defense attorneys in Southern California. And so whatever they're posting or whatever their, I don't know if it's called brokerage in the law firm world, but whatever their
Office.
firm, yeah, whatever their office is posting about, like that's what I would have to do some research to figure out what that is. And then that's when I would start making a list, if you will, of hashtags. And then that's where I would start finding all the attorneys that are also posting about that stuff. And so,
Thank you.
yeah. And so, yeah, you just have to, it's interesting that you are paralegal, so you would know that world more than I do. And this is why I say like, get into your interests, right? And so if you're a coffee bean enthusiast, right? There's so many coffee clubs out there. There's so many coffee shops out there. There's so many coffee, everything out there. And again, you're not, yes, the ultimate goal is to build your brand and to start getting inbound leads. And yes, that's the ultimate goal. But keep in mind, like you want to do this with sincerity. You want to do this genuinely, right? Obviously, we're not in the manipulation game. And so yeah, so when you're building relationships with people online, make sure you're building relationships with them genuinely. And so, but yeah, no one's gonna know your interests better than you. And so like you just have to put a little bit of thought into it of like, okay, if I was the owner of a coffee shop and I was trying to get people to come to my coffee shop, what would I do? I would maybe hashtag my city. I may hashtag like coffee in this city. I may hashtag this type of coffee bean. I may hashtag, whatever it is, coffee enthusiast hashtag about. And so hopefully that's helpful. But if nobody has any other questions, hopefully this was a valuable episode for you all. Next Tuesday,
I do
go
have
ahead.
a question. Well,
Mhm.
would it be possible after this meeting to get in touch with this lady, the paralegal, Debra, I believe? I just have a question for her. I was wondering if she might be able to spare 1 minute of her time.
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible?
Absolutely.
Oh, I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Okay, I really appreciate it. So I don't know how we do it to reach back to you.
Post your telephone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Deborah, if you're okay with that, like putting your phone number in the chat
Yes,
or your email
absolutely.
or yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. Networking. See, that's how you do it, Michael. That's a great example right there.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, perfect timing when she said that. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And so,
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, I see it. Okay, got it. 619305. I'm sorry. I got what's the last 4 digits? I'm sorry.
91.
It went off. I didn't catch it.
9174.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last 4?
9174.
I'm sorry.
9174.
Got it. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. Sorry
It
about
was
that.
absolutely incredible. It was, I've been in a lot of meetings, social media meetings and things, and this by far is absolutely productive because it's like, it's actually like what you're saying, that the secret of, you can hear engaging, but engaging how? And this was like absolutely amazing. I'm going to run to my husband's office and I know now what I'm going to do with him.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
But I'll
you're
be
so
there
welcome.
at the office.
Nice. I look forward to seeing you here,
Yeah.
Angelica.
Thank you very much,
Bye.
Cameron.
Have a great
Yeah, you're
weekend.
welcome. Everybody have a great weekend.
Thank
Enjoy your
you.
weekend.
Enjoy your
Bye-bye.
weekend. Thank you.
See you
Take care.
later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.